Alright, hello and welcome to my desktop. Normally I say welcome back to another Let's Player, welcome to a new Let's Player, something like that. No, it's just welcome to my desktop. Just hide that real quick. So, I'm going to play some background music here real quick. I just wanted to point out this isn't mine. This is these people. In fact, it's their YouTube channel. It's going to be playing in the background. So, if that's going to be an issue, I will remove this video or mute it. No, I'll just remove the video if it becomes an issue. But I'm going to show you all of their stuff. You can also listen to them on Spotify, buy them on iTunes, buy them Amazon, and all that stuff. I'm going to listen to them on YouTube here. Just background music we're going to turn on. You should be able to hear me just fine. Yeah. Commercials. Alright. So, purpose of this video. I wanted to do a couple things about Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. I'm relatively new, but I have gone on ahead and created a few characters, a few starting level characters that I wanted to just kind of run through, and to be honest with you, I already wrote them down. I designed them, they're on paper. But I want to take them from paper to the computer because, well, previously you could only download these forms and like the form I have before you, or before me and you. And the only thing you can do with these forms is write into them, print, and walk away. You could not save. I should be able to save them now. I could be wrong. All it took was an update of Adobe Acrobat Reader DC, the new update of it. So, there's that. And I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be a 3-page. I could be wrong. No, this isn't the 3-page. Okay, yeah, I'm wrong. So, I just set this aside then. The other page aside here. So, the reason I'm making this video, I want to make sure that I'm creating a character properly. Therefore, I want opinions, thoughts, whatever. And you can go through and check the books and all that other good stuff on these things too. So, because like I said, I'm not sure if I've done this right. And I don't have a last name for this character yet. But I'm going to go on ahead and fill this information in. The information that I have here. And, go on ahead and leave some of that blank, like my name, for instance. Okay. Strength is going to be proficiency bonus is +2. Armor class is 11. Initiative, not sure how to do that. Speed is 30. We'll get to that. Dexterity is going to be +1. Constitution was +1. Intelligence was +2. +2. Strength was 10, and I chose the standard array of traits, the 15, 14, yeah, so on and so forth. Thing is I chose 8 for strength because he's a wizard. I chose 8 for strength because he's a wizard. Normally, though, that would be a negative stat. For the modifier that I added in there, It's not, because he's Dragonborn. His modifier, he actually gets 2 extra in his strength category, so I put it to 10, putting the modifier to 0. I did that on purpose because I wanted him to have decent stats. I wasn't trying to min-max the character. I wasn't trying to, set it up with like high-level stats for a first-level character. I mean, I chose the standard array of the 15, 14, 12, 10, 8, I think is what it was. And so you have your 15, you have your 14, you have your 12. The 10 was here in charisma, but he's Dragonborn, so he gets another point in charisma, so he's at 11. Still have that 0. And the 8 was in strengths, but he gets the +2, so +0. So he has no negative modifiers. I didn't necessarily do that on purpose, but then I thought about it and I rearranged everything, and I kind of liked how that turned out a bit better. So you have for strength, you have 0. Dexterity is 1. Constitution is 1. Intelligence, because of the modifier, is actually going to be 4. It's going to be 4. There we go. Good job. Alright, because his stats are intelligence and wisdom, which are both 4. Because he's a wizard, so he has intelligence and wisdom for his saving throws, and he has a +2 in both categories because I put those at the highest on purpose. Charisma is 0. Right? Now, from being a wizard, I chose... Let me just zoom this in. Oh, that is so much better. From being a wizard, I chose Arcana and Investigation, which are both going to be 4. And because of the sailor background, he got Athletics, so that will be 2. And Deception. Why did I say Deception? Perception, which is a Wisdom 1, so he gets 4. Not entirely sure about Passive Wisdom. I'd have to go through the book to find that one. But for languages, he can speak Common and Draconic. Weapon proficiencies. Daggers, darts, slings. Who's going to use a sling? Well, I guess if he has to. Quarterstaff and light crossbow. Right? For tools, from being a sailor, he gets navigator's tools and vehicles, water. Again, from being a sailor. Okay, so we have that. Can I just do this instead? That's even better. Alright. From being a sailor, he starts with 10 gold. And I'm just kind of skipping around here. For hit dice, he gets 1d6. Need to figure out his current hit points. I did not do that in my creation of the character. Bad. That was a mistake on my part. I need to find my cheat sheet. I need to make a better cheat sheet that I don't lose somewhere. Cannot find cheat sheet. All the extra little tidbits of information and whatnot like that. Interesting. Why would I have thrown that? not in the garbage. It was just a random sheet of paper though, so we'll do without that for a moment. Let me look at one of my other characters. 7. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm just filling out what I have in my sheet, essentially. Let's see. Quarterstaff. Oi. There we go. Alright. Alright. What was the attack bonus? That was something I didn't do with this character either. Was the attack bonus. See, I had a sheet with all this information on it, and I cannot find it to save my life. So, quarterstaffs do 1d6 bludgeoning. Okay. The versatile version of the quarterstaff, where you're using 2 hands instead of 1, does 1d8 bludgeoning. Simple as that. He's a sailor, so he's also carrying a belaying pin, or a club. I'll just call it a belaying pin. I'll just say club, and I'll put that in the... Oi, hello, jumping around a lot. Alright, there's going to be 1d4 light damage. And he has lightning breath as a bronze dragon. For equipment, we have a quarterstaff, arcane focus, which I haven't figured out what that is yet. This is character creation at its lowest. I've already gone through and actually made the characters that I'm going to be typing in, but what I need is finishing them kind of help with that. We have the Explorer's Pack, Spellbook, Belaying Pin, which is going to be the club listed, 50 feet, soft silk rope. From being a sailor, he comes with that and the belaying pin. And a trinket, which I still need to figure that one out. Whether I use the one in the book or not, I don't know yet. And I don't have a D100 to roll. I could use a phone-based one or an internet-based one. Common clothes. Simple. Okay, that's all of his starting equipment. This is a level 1 character after all. Personality traits, I'm not sure if you had to pick 1 or 2, but... Oh, hello. My friends know they can rely on me no matter what. For ideals, we chose freedom. Let's see, this freedom. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, for bonds, I chose the pirate attack one. This is pirates. And for flaws, I chose the fun one. He's a bit of a klepto. Just saying. It's that whole sailor, non-pirate, but still our, sailor thing going on. Alright, Dragonborn. So, I do like to list the page for things like that. Resistance, lightning, breath. I know there's another page for literal descriptions. So I'm not going to put his age, height, weight on here like I did on my actual sheet. Alright, wizard. Page 112. Spellcasting, arcane, recovery, starts with 3 cantrips, 6, 2 slots, 6 spells. Let's just plop that down 1. That. Capitalize that. So yeah, since he's a wizard, he gets 3 cantrips, 2 spell slots he can prepare, and 2 spell slots he can use, and 6 spells. And sailor. Page 139. I like to put the pages in here, number 1 because I'm a new player, and number 2 because it makes referencing things a lot more simple, faster, if you would. Okay, he gets ship's passage. Oi, I did not want it to do that. It just keeps jumping around. Can secure. Simple. That's what ship's passage allows you to do. That's pretty much the main thing for being a sailor, is getting free shipping and handling of yourself and your party. Alright. Now I'm going to have to dip into the actual book at this particular point. For the Dragonborn enable ability. Here's the thing. I found my cheat sheet. Alright. Tech bonus. Alright, so armor class is 10 plus dexterity modifier, which is 1. Okay, I did that right. Not sure about initiative still, so I'm going to need a pointer there. Attack bonus is your strength modifier and proficiency bonus. Strength modifier. Ha! Ha! Okay. Yeah. Okay. +2. Oh. +2. +2. Right. Initiative is dexterity check. What is my dexterity check? +1. At least I think that's what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna leave that alone because like I said, I'm still not sure 100%. Hit points. 1d6. For that, I need to go to page 112 in the Player's Handbook, which is where we will find our hit dice. So, 1d6 per wizard level. Hit points at first level is 6 plus your Constitution modifier. So, yeah, we're going to say, what is it? 6 plus your Constitution modifier, so that would be 7. We're all going to die. Just kidding. Well, actually, I'm going to leave this empty and just leave the maximum at what it is, and then I can use a pencil when I'm actually playing the game to do that. Alright. Is there any more information that I need? At the moment, not really. So, yeah. Passive wisdom is perception. I'm not sure about that one. I wonder if it's actually in the Player's Handbook, because I didn't see it the first time I tried looking. What is this? Passive. Okay, it's under ability check. Correct. Alright. Ability checks. What page is that? Improvement. Customizing, determining. Rolling standards. Ability check. Passive 175. It's page 175 in the book. 175. Passive check. Passive check is a special kind of ability check that doesn't involve dice rolls. Such can represent the average for a task done repetitively, such as searching for secret doors over and over again. That would be passive wisdom. How to determine total for a passive check. It's 10 plus all modifiers that apply to it. My wisdom is 2. The character has advantage on check, add 5. Alright. For example, if a first level character has a wisdom of 15 and a proficiency in perception. Okay. So okay, so you would actually just apply your skill modifier. Unless I'm completely way off. Because if you have a wisdom of 15, your modifier is going to be +2, which is what I have. So the modifier, the total modifier for that, because of this being it and the perception being 4, is going to be, because passive wisdom, perception. I get it now. You're going to look at this. So that is going to be 14. Cool. Alright. And still have not figured out initiative, but I'm going to leave that up to somebody to point out for me. I'm going to go ahead and save this form. Look, you can actually save the bloody form. Hold on. Let's see. Save as. Cancel. File. Save as. Search my computer. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to say And look, it has been saved. Isn't that wonderful? Alright. Open. Wherefore art thou? Which sheet was it? This to view. Should be spellcasting sheet, form fillable. Okay. Alright. Let's push this aside. This has been done. I'm going to throw away my paper sheet that I wrote everything down on as soon as I print this. I do not have a character information sheet set up for this one yet, but I do have the spellcasting sheet here. Wizard. Spellcasting ability for the wizard, I believe, was wisdom? Hold on. And for that kind of information, we go to page 112, where the wizard is, where the wild ones are. Okay. Spellcasting ability. Where is that at? Intelligence. Spell save DC. Cheat sheet time. Spell save DC 8 plus spellcasting ability modifier plus proficiency bonus plus anything extra. Alright, I can do that. That is going to be 8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, so intelligence would be 2, so that would be 10, and proficiency bonus should be 12. I could be wrong. For the spell attack bonus, it is proficiency bonus plus intelligence modifier. So 4. It should have a plus in there, I think. Alright, let's set that aside again. And cheat sheet. Alright, now to look at the cantrips that I chose. Now, for the cantrips, I chose, did I really choose that? Hold on. I'm going to go out of my way here and pick new ones, because I'm not sure if I've even picked the right ones. So, yeah. Alright, spells. Let's go through the book here. Wizard. Here we go. Yeah, no, I did not even choose the right things for that page. Wow. This whole sheet can just go. Well, not really. I might keep the same spells if there's some of them. Is mending in here? Yes, it is. Okay. Mending. Page is 259. 259. I get 3 of these, so I don't, do I have minor illusion? Yes. It's still in there. I accidentally picked cantrips from the wrong one, but most of these are still the same, so I am not worried. Dancing Lights is actually in there. Maybe I did pick from the right one. But I should pick something that's a little more, something that you can actually attack with. So let's take a look at Firebolt. Firebolt. Right. Let's see. firebolt is gonna be... No, that's firebolt. Evocation takes 1 action, range 120 feet, components VS, instant duration is instantaneous. You hurl a mote of fire at a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On hit, the target takes 1d10 fire damage. A flammable object ignites. Kind of like that. There's also chill touch, but you have to be close to them. I would not want to do that. Let's see. Ray of Frost. What's True Strike? No, I know what True Strike is. Okay. Let's actually do Firebolt. I keep things. This is going to be page T40. Okay. Now for spells, we have 2 slots available to us. And for spells, I chose... Did I really choose that? Alright. First of all, I'm gonna come down. No, bad. There we go. Alright. Come down to here. I chose Cure Wounds page. Save that. Is 221. Disguise. Is that even in here? Yes, it is. Okay. Maybe I did choose from the right page and I just thought it was wrong. Disguise Self is page 233. Featherfall. Featherfall is page 239. That's 1, 2, 3. This will be 4 is sleep, because who doesn't want that? It's 277. And I think for a dangerous one, because these are all useful, for a dangerous one, I chose Thunderwave. Which is page 282. I'm actually going to spread those 2 words here. For this one I choose Charm Person, and I don't know why. That's page 221. I want to reread that one, because I did this a couple days ago. You attempt to charm a humanoid you see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw, and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed. You and your companion until the spell ends or you do anything harmful to it. Regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When it ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. In other words, it's not happy. I'm actually going to not choose that one, and we're going to look for another spell in the book and look through a few different ones that I can choose from here. So let's start with the first one, which would be Alarm. If I can bloody find it. You select an alarm against unwanted... set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. Choose a door, window, or other area. Okay. So basically makes noise. Burning Hands. No, I don't want to be close to anything. Chromatic Orb. my dog just barking at? Oh well. You hurl a 4-inch diameter sphere of energy at a creature you can see within range. You choose acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder for the type of orb you create, and then make a ranged spell attack. If the attack hits, the creature takes 3d8 damage of the type you choose. I actually really like that better than Firebolt, but Firebolt's a free shot. I'm going to keep that in mind. That's actually really decent. The damage increases by 1d8 for each spell slot above the first if at higher levels. Problem is you need diamond worth at least 50 gold to cast it. That's why I didn't choose it. Okay. What about color spray? Needs a pinch of powder or sand to cast. Range self 15-foot cone, dazzling array of flashing colored lights springs from your hand. Roll 6d10. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you are affected in ascending order from their current hit points. Ignores unconscious creatures and creatures that can't see. Starting with the creature that has the lowest, each creature affected by this spell is blinded until the spell ends. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on. That would be nice to have if there was like a whole bunch of enemies directly in front of you, but it has to be a 15-foot cone in front of you, meaning you're close to them. Meaning, I don't want to do that. There's color spray, comprehend languages, detect magic. Featherfall, find familiar. Let's find familiar. Hold on. I would love to do detect magic, but I kind of want to know what this is. Find familiar. Where find familiar in the book? Here it is. VSM, 10 GP worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that must be consumed by fire in a brass brazier. You gain the service of a familiar, a spirit that takes an animal form of you choose. Bat, cat, crab, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, rat, raven, seahorse, spider, or weasel. Appearing in an unoccupied space within range, the familiar has the statistics of the chosen form. Though it is a celestial, fey, or fiend, your choice, instead of a beast. Your familiar acts independently of you, but it always obeys your commands. In combat, it rolls its own initiative and attacks on its own turn. A familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal. When a familiar drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, leaving behind no physical form. It reappears after you cast the spell again. While your familiar is 100 feet away from you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through its eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses the familiar has. During this time, you are deaf and blind with regard to your own senses. Hello. As an action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar. It disappears into a pocket dimension where it awaits your summons. Alternatively, you can dismiss it forever. As an action, while it is temporarily dismissed, you can cause it to reappear in any unoccupied space within 30 feet of you. You can't have more than one at a time. If you cast a spell when you already have one, you instead cause it to adopt a new form. Choose one of the forms from the above list. Finally, when you cast a spell with a range of touch, your familiar can deliver the spell as if it had cast the spell. Your familiar must be within 100 feet of you, and it must use its reaction to deliver the spell when you cast it. If the spell requires an attack roll, you use your attack modifier. Do you know how useful that would be? but it can't attack. But you can spy with it. And if you choose a bat, or a hawk, or an owl, it can go up on high and watch and look at things. I'm going to put that in there. I think I like this spell. Hold on. Let's rearrange things a little bit here. Find familiar. Whoops. Okay, right. Page. Oh, did I do that? Hold on. Page. 240. 240. Wonderful. Are there any spells I want to get rid of? No, not really. Cure Wounds is good. Disguise Self is also good. Featherfall is great. Find Familiar is fantastic. Sleep. That's always good. See, the other option was false. What was one of the other options? There was another option that I was actually looking at besides Find Familiar. Expeditious Retreat? Was that it? Expeditious Retreat. My bad. Spell allows you to move at an incredible pace when you cast a spell, and then as a bonus action on each of your turns, that's until it ends, you can take dash action. Doesn't really tell me much. You can move super fast, but I don't think you can move anywhere further than you can normally move, which is why I would have chosen it. Not worried. Alright. Now let's go back to... Oh, hold on, let me... Oops, how do I do that? I'm coming close to 40-something minutes. Alright. Let me go back to 112 here. Okay. Spellcasting, ritual casting, spellcasting focus. Here it is. Each time you gain a wizard level, you can add 2 spells of your choice to your spell book. Each must be of a level for which you have spell slots, as shown on the wizarding table. On your adventures, you might find other spells you can add. Okay, that's what you do. Arcane Tradition. When you hit level 2, you add a tradition. You choose an arcane tradition, shaping your practice of magic through one of 8 schools of magic. Eventually, that'll be gotten to and all. For now, this is pretty good. I'm going to say save as this folder. Spellbook. Cool. Alright. We're actually going to go on ahead and open up 2 new sheets here. And alright, those are saved. I can print them and be happy with it. With that said, folks, I'm actually going to cut it here for now. I will have a separate video for each character, I think, because that took about 45 minutes to create, which I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would take significantly less. I'm mostly doing these to... Well, I mean, I'm very much interested in playing D&D and continuing creating characters and stuff. Mostly trying to DM, and I'm going to have a video about that. But still have a few things that I need to work on for character creation for myself. And with that being said, I have 2 others that I would like to go through, if I can, and I'm pretty sure it's going to take me the entirety of the amount of time that it took for this video for each of them, because they are both more complex. Coming up soon, well, just coming up in general, I have a human cleric and a high elf paladin. And with that being said, folks, I'm going to say bye for now.